And so we are back as we promised moments ago after a conversation with the Commissioner of Police. Of course, Stefan, Noberto, and myself were discussing an interview with the Prime Minister. Well, we have that interview for you, and what we're going to do is we are going to air that interview for you right now. At least a majority of the interview. And so here's that interview with the Prime Minister. As he declared unofficially Dr. Osman Martinez the victor in this by-election in Toledo East. Here's that interview.
Volumes to the work of our government.
Well, then, Prime Minister, we don't want to forget it. Happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a very, very good, hard, long, tiring, but a happy one.
How much of is a relief is it given the hard work?
Well, every election you never take it for granted, and you're always wondering, what if, And so now that you're finished and you see the results, it gives you a great sense of satisfaction.
Somebody said 33 play tonight, and that the Prime Minister Nate said, no way, he was 33.
Like when I was elected president.
What does this do for you in terms of the number of votes casted and the number of votes the People's United Party's candidate was able to secure? It clearly shows that the People's United Party remains popular in Toledo East, and perhaps it's an indication of your popularity across the country, which seems to not have diminished any at all over the last 4 years. Does this now prompt you to call an early election?
No, it would not prompt me to call an early election, but I like to make the point. I know there are some journalists that want to make the point as if the PUP is not popular. The PUP is popular. If the PUP was not popular, they would have voted against us. And most instances people would vote against and not for. In this instance, the people have voted for us. When you look at the municipal elections, out of the 67 seats, we won 61 seats by even more votes than what we won in 2021. We are on a trend that the people are seeing the work that we're doing. We were elected to work, not to go and to boast and to be vindictive, but to work for the people. And I think that's one of the hallmarks of our government.
But even in the municipal elections, you weren't able to secure San Ignacio. And I think it's just one of those examples. How is it? What's happened there? Because when you see this sort of endorsement by the people in Punta Gorda, Toledo specifically, it begs the question: what happened in San Ignacio?
Well, we know that San Ignacio has always been the strength of the UDP, of the NAP, and their tradition have been very strong. So obviously, it is a wake-up call also for our representatives that they have a lot of work to do. They have to make sure that they're reconnecting with the people, with the voters, and ensuring that they can continue to work for them. You see, politics is a matter of building a relationship with your voters. Many people think that what politics is about just giving people money. People could take your money and still vote against you. But when you build that relationship, and it takes time, and effort, and also sincerity in what you're doing, and that's what we have to do. And I'm asking everybody in my party, make sure that you build that relationship with your voters, and you will be fine.
What would suggest that you have neutralized your opponents, the opposition, that is, by declaring having such a huge victory? Is that how you see it? What do you say to the opposition at this point, if anything at all?
I don't think it's for me to be able to advise them. I can tell you that from our end, is that I have to ensure that I can keep my team focused and to let them understand, don't take the voters for granted. You need to continue work. You've been working hard, you have to work even harder now. Because in 2025, we will have a national elections, and I have every confidence that if we continue what we're doing right now, we will be able to get another 5-year mandate.
Will Dr. Osman Martinez be sworn in tonight?
Sorry?
Will he be sworn in tonight?
No, because I think he has to go from, is it to the Governor General, or it goes to the National Assembly? It's to the National Assembly. So whenever we have a host, at the next host meeting, he will be sworn in.
Sir, you've walked, I'm sure you've traveled Toledo East in a way maybe you haven't traveled before or in a while. And we know that a lot of the voters, they can't come out to the polling stations. It's so difficult. I think this concern was made that, it's hard for them. They have bad roads. Some of them have to come by boat. When you see all of this, I know you have a new area representative. Are you going to try for Toledo East?
All right, and so there you heard a portion of the Prime Minister's interview where he basically spoke a bit about the development here in Toledo East that is expected to take place. Prime Minister Presenio declared victory for Dr. Osman Martinez. And what we're doing right now, there's just a bunch of media representatives out here. There are supporters out here as well for the People's United Party. United Democratic Party supporters seem to have already left the area, as well as PNP supporters, People's National Party supporters. They've also seemed to have left the area. But I see an area representative that has been around. Actually, this is the chairman of the party. And so I want to have a quick word with the chairman of the party. Chairman, quick word with you, sir. So, unofficially, Dr. Osman Martinez is victorious tonight. Is that what you've heard?
Yes, first let me say congratulations to Dr. Martinez, congratulations to his team, congratulations to Toledo East. Once again, it's a commanding victory here for the People's United Party.
What does this commanding victory say about the People's United Party's influence in Toledo East?
People stay on track.
People is safe on track.
Yeah.
And in relation to the next general elections, which may be very earlier, do you think it's going to be earlier as a result of these results?
That's a question for the Prime Minister.
But if you were to guess, you're a political animal.
My guess is that we have to continue to work. We will continue to deliver on Plan Belize, and we'll continue to have these victories.
Would you be ready for a snap election?
We are ready for election at any time.
So is there victory?
But I'm not sure what kind of question that is. We work together as a team to deliver this victory, but definitely the victory belongs to the people here in Toledo East.
What do you believe the numbers signal?
It signals that the support for the party is strong, the support for Dr. Martinez as a candidate is strong, and the support that the people want to see in Plan Belize is very strong.
Minister Moncreo gave us a historical.
Yes.
Your comments on that?
I actually went to Monk River earlier, so I'm very happy to hear that for the first time in a long time, the People's United Party has won turnout. The votes for the PUP in Monk River.
What do you believe that says about the party's image at this moment?
I'll leave that for you political pundits to ponder over, but I can certainly say that this is a decisive victory, and its people support our party, supports our candidates, and supports Plan Belize.
Where does Osman Martinez fit into the party's structure moving forward? Is there space for him in a ministry as well, or some government office?
You like to ask me questions that the Prime Minister should answer, but certainly he's a area representative now. He will sit in the House of Representatives, and if the Prime Minister sees him fit to serve in a ministry, he will do so.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And so there you have it. That was the chairman of the People's United Party, as well as Minister in the Ministry of Public Service, Minister Henry Charles Usher. And again, just congratulating Dr. Osman Martinez, infamously saying that the people of Toledo East are staying on track, which is, of course, the view of the People's United Party here tonight. We're still waiting for the officials to come out and declare those official numbers. What we have here in terms of statistics shows 3-1 in terms of the number of votes between the People's United Party and the United Democratic Party. What we see here is the ballots. But notwithstanding all of that, we remain waiting for the officials to come out and officially declare this, and also to hear from Dr. Osman Martinez. But I believe what we're going to do right now is take a break, and we will be right back because the rain is coming.
excited. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you to our Heavenly Father who gives me the strength and the endurance. And thank you to my family, who suffered through this time. And it's a victory that was delivered, Thank you to to our Jesus Christ.
Did you expect to win by such a huge margin?
We had our targets. We worked towards it. We did a lot of data science analysis. We were not worried about the margin. Our main objective was to win.
Sir, you are the boy from Bella Vista, so how much does it mean to you that they had the highest voter turnout?
Well, it means a lot to me, and at the same time, it shows that Bella Vista is with me, but it's not only Bella Vista; it's Toledo East.
You spoken about your plans for this constituency. What are maybe some of the main things that you want to get done as soon as possible?
Well, before I answer that question, I want to complete what I was saying here. That is not only Bella Vista; it's Toledo East. We won everywhere, including Punta Gorda. I was well impressed. And for the first time in history, we won Monte River. So, and the Mayan communities, we did excellent there. When you look at their numbers, it's almost 85% of the voters from there. So it's while Bella Vista had the highest voters turnout, that does not mean that it was only Bella Vista. It's Toledo East who supported me today.
I see the Prime Minister behind us beaming with joy, like a father's very proud of his son. What's the initial discussion you and the Prime Minister had after realizing that you won this one?
Well, I just this is his birthday gift. So this is we work together, and once again it shows that the People's United Party, under the leadership of PM Briceño, is stronger than ever.
Is it an emotional time for you, though? Just seeing your journey through Toledo East from a child up to now. You spoke about your struggle days growing up in Toledo East, and going to becoming CEO and now representing this community or this constituency that you grew up in?
Well, it is a moment of emotion, but at the same time, it's a privilege. But more important, it's a blessing from God.
You feel like to resign from your post as CEO, did you know you were taking a risk? Is that the way you were looking at it, or did you think you'd have this one in the bag already?
Well, I took a calculated risk. We use our algorithms and data analysis, and it was calculated.
Based on the data that you collected as well. So maybe talk to me about some of the plans you have.
Well, first and foremost, we need to generate jobs. And our PM has said it over and over, that the best social protection program is to create jobs. And as an economist, I believe that the most sustainable way to sustain an economy that can grow in a healthy way is by creating jobs. Therefore, we are working with a call center already that has started a pilot test with 10 agents. And it is our hope that by December or late January of next year, we will be hiring 1,000 workers. And at the same time, along with the Prime Minister, when we went to South Korea, we were working along to get the financing for the Punta Gorda Hospital. And that is also in the pipeline as the feasibility studies, the pre-feasibility studies has been completed. And then there's a lot of infrastructure work, as some of you had the opportunity to see it yesterday. It is ongoing, but at the same time, we have a lot of work to do. So nonetheless, we have to prioritize. We won't be able to solve all the problems at once, but more important is that we will work slow, without stop, and get the job well done.
You're in a unique position in that general election is coming within months, perhaps within the next year or so. With the voters turnout today, there's some work to do in Toledo East to get more voters out. 60%, a constituency that is known to have 69% voters turnout and more. How do we take that number higher for the upcoming general election?
Well, it depends how we look at the data, because we can torture the data for it to speak our language, or we do different analysis. When you look, for example, at I got 70% of the votes. So maybe we should start from that point.
So you replaced Minister Espat, or he was Minister of State, sorry, in the Ministry of Finance. Have you been promised some sort of position like that?
The only promise I have is to represent the people.
And so in terms of the next general election, Dr. Martinez, so it would be a third time you're running. Do you have that drive?
I will go in the Guinness Book.
For the improvements of roads, because we spoke about that as well too, and some of the residents they spoke about that when they came for the convention, the PUP convention. So how did you lobby for the improvements of roads, particularly in those remote communities?
Well, I think I was the first one to speak about the roads. So definitely we have to do some work. But it's not only roads. We have to develop now, we have Plan Belize, now we have Plan Toledo. And within Plan Toledo, we have two main outcomes, and that is to increase Toledo's human capital and to increase Toledo's income per capita. On that way, it would help us to get people out of poverty, and at the same time to do sustainable public sector investment projects and programs, because then government's revenue will also increase, and then there will be a balance at the time when you need to invest on projects such as infrastructure.
Dr. Martinez, we're having some heavy conversations right now. If I can take you a little bit further, you've focused on climate change, and obviously you have a whole lot of communities that are coastal and of course vulnerable to climate change. And then we have the wildfires as well. Your portfolio, you dealt a lot with climate risk and getting funding for the country.
Right.
Will that be like a special focus for your division?
Absolutely. When we look at the mega appetite that climate change has, it is important for us also to be hungry to go to after climate finance, but not only a line of credit of climate finance, but to monetize carbon credits. Therefore, it is important that we can continue to keep our natural wealth impact, but doing sustainable developments in a way that we can still create jobs, be able to produce, and be able to transform our economy without affecting our natural resources.
And then how these polling stations are so far spread out. I know that other politicians who've come here probably experienced it for the first time, have mentioned it. How did you find it to have to be going to those very remote villages in such a short time?
I had fun. I enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah, I managed to ride horse and go on waters, canoe,
You
walk.
did at the Bay of Vista growing up,
I did.
a continuation of it.
Yes, I
But in
did.
terms of redistricting and the need for it, because your constituency is 7,000 plus voters, that's huge.
Well, we need to register some more so that we can.
And you need to be registered for your one constituency.
Thank you for reminding me. I did.
All right. How do you celebrate?
First and foremost, we have to say thanks to God. Second is that we have to celebrate PM's birthday.
Are we all invited?
And third, you all are invited, But yes, celebration is fine, but more important is for us to start to work, to do proper planning. I mean, people that live in poverty have no time to wait, and while we celebrate, we have people that are hungry, and we need to work for that.
Lastly, did you expect all the support that you got from your, those higher ups in the PUP to come out here today and to help you out?
No, this shows that of the unity of the party. We had support from each and every minister in one way or the other. And again, all that I can say is that the PUP is stronger than ever after 4 years in office. And I think next year, for general elections, it will be even more stronger.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Martinez.
Dr. Antoine Martinez.
Well, I think we have to get him into the National Assembly, that's something that we have to take a look at. We have not decided as yet, but we certainly need the talent of Oswald Martinez. Has been working as a CEO for economic development. So again, it shows the depth of the party, that we have people with a lot of talent and experience and ability, and Oswald Martinez represents that.
So did you and the PUP need this win as a litmus test?
But we need every win, every election. As any politician will tell you, nobody likes to lose. I don't like to lose. And so obviously we wanted to win, and we wanted to have a decisive win to show the people that, or the rest of the country, that the People's United Party is strong and that people continue to support us. And they have seen the work that we do, and they want to continue the work we've been doing with them.
Does today's results call the general elections earlier? They try my hand with that question. Again, this is like fifth time.
We will not have elections in 2024.
Are we looking at March?
So I said 2024, you have January to November. You actually have to 2026.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
So
2025.
I can tell you it will not be in 2020.
Dr. Martinez says this is probably the most united you've ever been. Maybe I'm misquoting him, but he says you're united right now. This is the opportune time.
Well, obviously, but I don't see us not being united next year. And yes, if we want to be just cold and calculating and callous about just getting reelected, we could have an election right now. And the leader, Mr. Barrow, has hardly any support within the party. And even the people that the influentials in the country are not supporting him, the leadership of his party is not supporting him. So there's no reason why we should not. But the most important thing for us is that we were elected to serve the people. And we still have a lot of work to do ahead of us. Plan Belize is a very ambitious plan that we presented, and we have not fulfilled everything. We're not going to fulfill it by next year, but we need to continue to work to be able to do that. So it's not only about politics, but about getting the work of people done to see how we can get people up in this country out of poverty, how we can grow this country sustainably, how we can address the issue of climate change. There's so many challenges that we're facing as a country. So no, I will not take advantage of Mr. Shine and his sorrows. We'll continue to work.
We know that you have a meeting tomorrow, but Dr. Martinez says they need to celebrate your birthday.
Well, I think we've celebrated enough. I went to Vista Vista. They sang happy birthday. We had birthday cake. We've had, I don't know how many cakes we don't have. And this is the best. This is the best gift that I could have gotten for my birthday. And for that, I'm very, very grateful to the people of Toledo East and, of course, Oswald Martinez and his team to be able to deliver such a decisive victory for the party.
And last game that we've had a democratic and orderly and free, yes, fair, peaceful, all of that election today.
But that's what makes us so unique. And I tell everybody, look at what's going on in Central America and these countries. They have so many problems with their democracy. Ours is a vibrant democracy. It's a peaceful democracy. It's a democracy that's ingrained into our DNA. And people respect that. And that, like I was just speaking to Ian Jones and some of the UDP supporters, I was telling them, election time, all right, we could fight. I mean, physically, we could fight, we could argue, we could banter and everything, but we're not only done. This country is so small for us to be dividing ourselves. We need to unite. We need every hand on deck to be able to move this country forward.
I must say that here in Toledo East was the first time I've seen a lot of I would say discussion and happy coming together of the different political parties. I saw people greeting each other red and blue all over the place.
But you see that a lot when you go to Orange. Have you been to Orange Central? We always do that. That's the bad point.
The first time I'm
seeing that. But no, it's not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad. And certainly from our end, I could speak for our party. The DNA of the party was that's something that I've been surprised I always thought is that we're all Belizeans, and yes, you have the right to support your party, but it does not mean that we have to be vindictive. It does not mean you have to be hateful. It simply means that support your party, and when the people make decisions, you will respect that, you embrace that, and that's what the PUP has always been about.
You take this as a mandate, a generalized mandate?
Of course it is. When you look, I'm serious. When you look at the municipal elections, 61 out of 67, and margin is even bigger than in 2020 and 2021. And now here's another election where we win 3-1. It is a mandate. The people are speaking out. The people are saying they are satisfied of the work of the PUP government, that we have been doing as best as we can, that we have turned things around in this country. when you look at where we were in November of 2020, what the former Prime Minister say? That he weeps for the next government. We did not weep, we worked, and look at where we are. I mean, yes, we could be negative, and I know some journalists just thrive on being negative. But guys, man, this is one country. We need to be proud of what we do, and let's celebrate beliefs. Let's celebrate us as one people. Look at what's going on around the region. Look at Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua. I mean, everything is breaking up apart. And here we are, little beliefs. We have our differences, but we're peaceful. We agree to disagree, and we laugh at it, and we move on, and then we try work to develop this country. And that's what makes us so unique. And I want you to celebrate that with all of us. Celebrate that. Celebrate this uniqueness of this country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much,
Thank you for your time.
All right.
All right, and
That was the Prime Minister.
so that was PM Briceño, as well as we heard from Dr. Osman Martinez as well. I think we're still awaiting the official results. This is not usually the case in these elections, where you hear from the candidate as well as from the Prime Minister without first hearing the official results. We got some results, not the official results as yet, but I think that will come sometime soon. But again, we heard from the Prime Minister resoundingly celebrating, saying that this is considered by him and the party as a mandate in terms of the community and the constituents and voters, resoundingly saying that we trust the People's United Party and we trust Plan Belize. I'll go and see if we can get those official results. But at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is it has already been declared a resounding victory for the People's United Party and for Dr. Osman Martinez. And so from the bottom of our hearts, we'd like to thank all our viewers that stayed tuned with us from we went live on the morning show all the way through our 6 p.m. newscast, all the way up into tonight. I don't even know what time it is, but if nothing else, I know it's time for us to get some rest. You can tell me what time it is there, bro. So it's 10:45 already. So tomorrow is a regular work day. I know the celebrations will continue tomorrow as well for the People's United Party. But we want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for staying tuned with us, for trusting us to bring you the latest insights and details on this coverage. We'd like to thank our Toledo correspondents, Stefan, our Punta Gorda correspondents, Stefan, Alberto, and my guy, Macaz, one and only behind the camera as well. His actual name is Terek Magdaleno Macaz, and then we'd also like to thank George Tillett, who's been behind the camera as well, and everyone in the studio. We'll catch you tomorrow as we continue our coverage on the morning show, Open Your Eyes. So join us at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow as we continue our coverage and do a synopsis and get in some of these interviews as we review them. But until then, have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Rest well. See you tomorrow.